Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is your weekly forecast from June 24th to June 30th or July 1st. So, I want to call out the theme this week, perception. Okay, so again, I could go so deep on this. I'm going to try to keep it really simple. But when we talk about perception, it's pretty abstract. We have this energy where we're coming out of the full moon, we're coming to the other side of the full moon, we're coming to the other side of the solstice, whether it's summer solstice or winter solstice, wherever you are in the world. And we're moving through a lot of Mercury energy. Mercury has been extremely active. We're working through a lot of Venus energy, extremely active. And we still have the energy of Neptune creating that tense T square between the sun and the moon. Okay. Now, perception is so important because most of our perceptions are based on what? The past, right? We make judgment calls on what we perceive something to be based on our limited knowledge and awareness without going deep into how we're feeling, right? So this week, I'm going to invite you to widen your perception, to open your awareness around how you're perceiving things. And again, you may even want to pull in the theme from last week, which was stillness. Because I find for me personally, when I pause before I speak or before I write an email or before I do anything at all, before I make a decision, if I just pause and get quiet for a second, first of all, sometimes it annoys people because they want an answer right now. But what it does is it gives me a moment to widen my perspective on how I'm seeing the situation and my role in it. So let me give you the astrology. So this week, Mercury is going to trine Saturn, and this gives us like a really solid framework of how to structure and name our feelings and our thoughts. It gives us a lot of opportunity to really pay attention to detail and focus on something and really put our concentration on something. So if you're working on some sort of project that requires your focus and awareness, perfect week to do it. Also this week, Venus is going to sextile Mars. And so when Venus sextile Mars, think first of all, sextile trines are both very positive and harmonious energies. And so Venus, love, abundance, money, value. Sextiling Mars, this is the masculine, this is initiation, this is gotta go, gotta do, gotta be, gotta have, right? So this is all about socializing. This is about feeling confident. This is about expressing your needs, expressing your value. Really good week to be able to do that. And then on the 29th, I mentioned this in last week's forecast, just a snippet, Saturn will go into retrograde. Now, when Saturn goes into retrograde, this gives us the opportunity to sit and recount maybe some of the ways we have been either avoiding or tackling, and I will use the word tackling, our responsibilities. How have we been taking responsibility for our lessons? How have we been skirting them, avoiding them, distracting ourselves from them? This, when Saturn goes into retrograde, it kind of pulls you back into what you need to take responsibility for. And most of the time, maybe it's a little uncomfortable, right? But if you're any bit aware of what's going on in your life and the people and how they're showing up and understanding that everybody is here. In yoga, we call it Leela, it's a play. We're all here to support everyone on their journey of recognizing who they are. So if something comes up this week, just be prepared to what? Widen your perspective. Try not to react. Try to just be with it for a little bit. And then Mercury is going to sextile Uranus at the end of the week, which will bring about potentially unexpected news or exciting conversations or inspiring thought. Again, widen the perspective. When you widen the perspective of how you're viewing the world, and how you're viewing how people show up in your life, uh, life tends to shift a little bit. It actually becomes a little comical, and I don't know, just it's sort of like a just a deeper sense of reverence. You can really start to see how certain pieces come together. Anyway, I could go on and on. I'm feeling philosophical today, but instead I'll just say, please reach out to me if you want your chart read. Feel free to go to danademara.com. You could also go to myastrocast.com, and if you just put in your email, it'll give you several emails on how to like locate your chart, what the three, your big three are, what the houses are standing for, things like that. So pretty simple, but really, really helpful. Have a beautiful day, you guys. Namaste.